Hi guys, and welcome back to another Let's Build episode. So last time we were building up Castle Grey Wolf, which is the castle that's going to be guarding the inner part of the bay and is there to unload cannons from those bigger ships. And in this episode we're going to be excitingly moving on to the mainland and building up the first parts of the city of Lordsport. Now if you're new to the channel at all, we do a lot of tutorials and time lapses just like this one, so make sure to hit the subscribe button. Also guys, if it's the first time watching one of these videos, I'll leave a link in the card above and also in the description if you want to catch yourselves up. I'll leave the link to the playlist there. Anyway, let's get into building. So the first thing I actually did is completely clear all the trees off of Eastpoint, and I've also, on the actual map itself, at least on the Minecraft part of it, layered out where I actually wanted Eastpoint to end. And yeah, as you can see here, I'm just putting in a couple bits of detail. So the reason I got rid of the trees is because then I could see the natural hills a lot easier in order to find where would the main roads naturally go. And I tried to stick to the middle of this, as you can see with the orange wool. And I've also put in some towers there. So these are just going to be some rough ideas of where the towers are going to go for the outside walls. And it's mostly for scaling. And the reason I didn't want to get onto the walls like straight away is because I currently don't know how big each of these houses are going to be. What's the town going to look like? And I don't want to build walls and towers too small. So getting onto that, I wanted to build, of course, the first house. So here, I absolutely love these. Whenever you have these kind of bridges over a road, it just looks really good. And then you actually have a house over the top of it. I don't know, I can't remember what they're called, but I absolutely love them. So I decided to build one of those, and it really frames the castle in the background really well. So you can actually walk down that arch. It's almost like you walk into a mystical world and you then kind of explore, and it kind of, I don't know, opens up if you see through those bits. So one of the things I've been trying to use lately is a really good block, which is the dead coral. Really good, and especially for mixing it in with different parts of your stone brick. So using stone brick for the outsides, almost like the pillars, and the kind of like main supports for it, and then actually using coral on the side there. And now what you can see me just doing is building up the frame. So we've got, yeah, the main house over the top. On the side of it, on the right hand side, we've got actually a stairway. So a lot of these houses are going to be more like apartments or flats. You know, there's going to be lots of people living above them, and probably when we get more into the noble districts, that's when you get a house which is what we would these days call a house instead. So also with the house on the side, because this hill goes down slightly, actually goes down by I think it's about 2 or 3 blocks, I actually decided to put in a basement layer and actually have all the steps at the back as well. So it's a nice bit of, you know, bit different. And then that actually kind of set my floor plan on the front part of it as well. So coming around onto this angled house, one of the mistakes that I made way back when I was doing high guard is I built everything straight, and it just didn't quite look right. It didn't work, I think. Now angled houses, I'm still getting the hang of them, and this will be my first angled townhouse. Never done it before, so yeah, it was an interesting experience. It's one of those things that I think I know how to do it a lot better now. But I tried to go with the Tudor style, so this is where we're kind of like pushing it forwards. I say the Tudor style, it's not really the Tudor style, but what everybody thinks of as the Tudor style, the typical medieval style, where you have the bottom floor kind of a lot further back than the front, and the reason being that the actual kind of living space was quite limited in medieval cities, so they would actually build forwards, and actually at some cities this would actually block out a lot of the light, so you get these really dark streets going on, but then you could still get a cart going through them, so it's really kind of strange. But I tried to get that on there. Also building up another angled house, this time trying to use a different material that I've not really used that much of, which is green. I think this one's green terracotta, and also using the green concrete. These two seem to mix really well together, and just adding in extra bits of detail. So this is where I'm trying to learn. Whenever you're doing a new style or a new type of build, try things out. So I was trying to get the kind of like style of these two houses. So I've got them very, very similar on the same angle. And then right here we've got another building, but this time on a different angle. So before I think it was 3 blocks, and this one might be 2 blocks instead. So it's a lot steeper angle. This actually creates a gap between the houses at the back, but not on the front road, and this is something really cool that I get to show you guys a little bit later. For interiors it's perfect, because you can then, especially with flats, have the stairways on the outside, and it's like hidden little alleyway. So this time, again, trying to go with like more stone bricks. I wanted to really start mixing up the entire town straight away. So, you know, rather than having lots of the same style, I think the Noble District will start to get more into that kind of similar style. Just because it's going to have a lot of stone, and there'll be some colours in there, quite bright colours to really bring out. But for the main part of this old town of Eastpoint, I really wanted to go with, you know, mixing out with bits of stone, mostly stone on the bottom, but then some of the houses will have wood protruding forwards where it kind of goes into the street and kind of makes the street a little bit wider. Maybe you can have shops down there. And then you can see me just putting in some extra kind of windows on this. So this was again me playing around with and getting more comfortable with these angled townhouses, so you don't have to go straight away for full detail. Now on the back here, this actually pushes back or pushes forwards quite a few blocks. It's about 2 or 3 blocks, which I thought was a really good opportunity to actually make this kind of area here and have it actually with some supports with those beams, and I think it looks really good. That's actually where we're going to have an inn and a tavern. So around the back you can see me just putting in lots of details, and like I said with those stairs earlier, they work perfectly with this style, really good. But that is it for at least this episode, guys. I think this is a really good start to the series. I'm really happy with it, and we've actually only built one house on the flat, so this thing that I'm actually comfortable with, so I'm already pushing myself with this entire city. But I really love the different colours with these, you know, not just going for just white or with that kind of sandstony kind of yellowy colour, but trying out greens, trying out these kind of orange colours, you know, really making the actual town vibrant. See the side of the building there? The reason being because we're going to be getting onto the next episode and building more on the side of this. But anyway, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.